The Roman armies. You see what I'm saying? The Roman legions. And that's what happened. So here it is. They're violent. And they took it by force. So when people talk about, oh, he never said anything about the other nation, yes, he is. He's saying it right here. Because you know the armies that, I mean, if you don't know the history, then how you going to know what he's talking about? We know now because we know what happened. Like Rudolph R. Winster in the book Babylon and Timbuktu talks about it. You see what I'm saying? What Roman generals he says?
Yeah, Vespasian and his son, Titus and Domitian.
Yep, that's right. Took us down. Along with the, you know, but it was time because the Most High said it's going to happen. You see, he prophesied it. Yeah.
Like that ark you was looking at when it was carrying the menorah.
Oh yeah, right. Taking what we had.
Yeah, they did that in commemoration of him. Like they took us over.
Yeah. See? The most powerful people in the world. Like they know now. Let's read. Back to Matthew.
Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken.
Now it says immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Now how is this? Get the stars in the Apocrypha. How they don't never stop shining. So you know it's not talking about the stars in heaven. The Ecclesiasticus 43 or something like that. See it? The stars are so real good. The stars should never.
43 and 6.
43 and 6, yeah. Ecclesiasticus?
Ecclesiasticus.
That's not good.
Verse 9 and 10 of 43.
43, yeah, there it is.
9 and 10.
Read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 43.
And we just hear because it says stars gonna fall from heaven, right? So read that. I know it's 43 or this.
Ecclesiasticus 43 verse 9. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the highest places of the Most High. At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order and never faint in their watches.
There it is. Never faint in their watches. They never gonna. Them stars gonna be right there. When we go to the kingdom, we'll see that same star there, right? So they're gonna stand in their order, man. They watch, man. So let's talk about these stars. Are talking about like they got movie stars. They're talking about the ones that's gonna be falling dead. They're gonna be dying. Gonna bring down the stars. We are the stars. The children of Israel are the real stars. Remember the dream that our forefather Jacob had? He said the 12 stars gonna bow down and give obedience to him.
Joseph?
Joseph, yeah, Joseph.
Right.
Selassie, Joseph. You know? He gave us that understanding. And it was like, are we gonna, because that was when he would be sold to the Egyptians. And he would be in power in Egypt. So let's continue to read. Let's get to this.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
See, they're going to be the sign of the Mashiach Yahushua in heaven. Then shall all the tribes mourn. Everybody going to be mourning. Read.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven.
They're going to see the Son of Man coming in the chariots of the Most High, the flying saucers, the IFOs, identified flying objects. Read what you can read in Psalms 104 and 3. Read.
With power and great glory.
With power and great glory. Come on.
And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to another.
So one end of heaven means one part of the earth to the other part of the earth. Because heaven is a condition of power and authority on this earth. So we're going to gather his elect. So who's the elect? How you prove who the elect is? Because they can say, okay, that could be anybody. That has to be defined who his elect is.
Isaiah 44. And, 20. No.
See, these scriptures,
Isaiah 45 and 4.
get it.
For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect.
There it is. See? So he said you're gonna gather his elect from the four corners of the earth. Under heaven. You see what I'm saying? Right here on this earth, power and authority on this earth is that heaven. You see what I'm saying? So is that talking about every nation? No. It's talking about the elect who are the children of Israel. Read it again.
And Isaiah 45 and 4.
No.
Oh.
In Matthew.
Matthew 24.
Verse 31.
And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Right. It tells you that in 1 Thessalonians 4:16. Read.
Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh.
So when you see the fig tree, it's tender and is putting forth leaves, that summer is near. Read.
So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all the things, know that it is near, even at the door.
So know that it is near, even at the doors. Read.
Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass, till all these things be fulfilled.
We're a generation that's born and living in this time of the things that he prophesied to happen. They're not going to die until all these things be fulfilled. They're going to see it. Read.
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. Read.
But of that day and hour knoweth no man.
Remember the scripture. So when people be trying to say, oh, it's going to be a certain time. It's going to be this time. It's going to be that time. Mashiach Abishai coming back. What did he say? Of that day and hour knoweth no man. Read.
No, not the angels of heaven.
Not the angels of heaven. Read.
But my Father only.
But my Father only. Now, he said that, right? Now, we read in Acts 1 and 6, where they asked him, are you going to restore the kingdom to Israel again? At this time, right? Now, let's read Acts 1 and 7. Because that's what he asked him. And he already told him this, to show you how much we listen and pay attention.
Acts chapter 1 verse 7. And he said unto them, It is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power.
See, it's in the hands of the Most High. He's telling you, it's all in the hands of the Most High. Period. Read. That's it. That's all I want. So he's telling you the same thing that he told him. He already told him this. How many times I already heard that. But how many times the Most High speak to us the same thing over and over again and you still ain't got it? You still don't know how to conduct your body in a righteous way, to be righteous in the eyes of the Most High and man, woman, and child. Read on, Matthew 24.
Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking.
People having a good time, eating and drinking, read.
Marrying and giving in marriage.
Marrying and giving into marriage, read.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark, read.
And knew not until the flood came.
They ain't know where the flood was coming. He was saying, hey, you built that ark for what, 80 years? So it's going to rain, it's going to rain. Never rained before. Ah, you drunk and crazy. Read. And Noah built the ark. Not no angels, not no whatever they trying to say in that movie. Noah. The what they call it?
The watchers.
Get out of here, man. Read.
And took them all away.
Took them all away, read.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So shall also a Mashiach Yahushua when he come be, read.
Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left.
Two gonna be in the field. One gonna be taken and the other left. Remember, 1/3 of the children of Israel, that's who he's talking, that's who he's amongst. He's only in the midst of Israel. One gonna be taken, one gonna be left, read.
Two women shall be grinding at the mill.
Two women gonna be working in the grinding in the mill, in a factory, read.
The one shall be taken.
One shall be taken, read.
And the other left.
And the other left. Come on, read.
Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your power doth come.
There you go again. He said it again. We don't know when he's coming. Read.
But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Yeah, if you know when this thief is coming, you've been watching, waiting on, laying for him. So when he come, he couldn't rob you. Read.
Therefore be ye also ready.
Be ready. Read.
For in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh.
You say an hour that you don't think he's coming, he's got to catch you like a thief in the night. That's what it says in 2 Peter 3:10. He's coming like a thief in the night. You ain't going to know when he's coming. That's why you got to be ready. At all times, read.
Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his power hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant, whom his power, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
That's right, man. Being in this work, man. Blessed is that servant, who his power, when he cometh, shall find so doing, man. He done gave us. You know, do you realize all of us is over the household of Israel? He's given us the power to be over the house of Israel. But some have left their assignment, their mission. And then when the other things, and he said, how they going to be blessed when they come, when they left their assignment, left their mission, go do whatever they want to do. Some of you want to deal with the truth, period. Now that's sad. To know how powerful they were. I mean, powerful brothers. Just let you know it don't matter. You got to endure to the end, man. He could have you here. I always thought he have me here just for you. Just for you coming around. Just for somebody else coming around. You know what I mean? That's why you got to stay in this, man. You can't falter in your love, your first love. But still, you got to have that first love. This is the power. Everything else, once the book is closed, now you got to deal with reality. Oh, back into this world. Right? But it's all right if you apply this in your life and don't allow anybody to detour you from what it is that you have in your mission of what you called to do. Most have you called to do whatever it is that we supposed to be doing. And you keep doing it and you see the blessings just start happening. You start seeing things flow right together. But you gotta know, man. You gotta endure to the end. Read on.
Verse 47. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his
Hear what
goods.
he say? He's gonna make him ruler over all his good. Maybe we're gonna be kings and priests. We're gonna reign on the earth. Or you're gonna be rulers over everything. Read.
But, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart,
So say in his mind, that evil servant gonna say in his mind what?
my master delayeth his coming,
Oh, he's taking too long to come. Shoot. We go back out in this world, read.
and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken,
Yes. Start to go back into the world. You know, going against the ones that he was over. Acting like the Gentiles. Read.
the master of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder,
Cut him in half. Say he's gonna cut him in half, man. Read.
and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
So he's gonna cut him in half, man. Cut him up. So they'll be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. I'm gonna point his part with the hypocrites. Matthew 25.
Matthew chapter 25. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Right, this right here is a whole breakdown that I have each part as far as going to it spiritually, but we're gonna deal with it today as it's written. So it's saying, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins. Now let me ask you a question. In your wildest dreams, do you think Mashiach Yahushua will give us a parable that is an abomination, a wicked act, a filthy wicked act, right? That would be sin. We follow it and it end up to be sin. Will you do that? Khan, La, what? All right. Okay, let's read on it. So you say, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegrooms. Who's the bridegroom?
The man.
Or what is he called?
The husband.
The husband. 10 virgins which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. That's the husband. Read.
And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
So 5 is on point. They're wise. But 5 of them is foolish. Read.
They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them.
They took their lamps, but they didn't take no oil with them. So he called them foolish. Read.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
So the wise, which is 5 virgins, they took their oil in their vessels with their lamps. Go ahead.
While the bridegroom tarried,
While the husband tarried, read.
they all slumbered and slept.
They all slumbered and slept, man. They all slumbered and slept. Read.
And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh.
So at midnight there was a cry made, the bridegroom is coming. Read.
Go ye out to meet him.
Go ye out to meet the bridegroom. What's the subject matter?
5 or 10 virgins.
Right, 10 virgins.
5 wise, 5 fools.
Come. Say go out and meet them, read. Go ahead.
Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
So all them virgins arose and trimmed their lamps, read.
And the foolish said unto the wise,
So the fool is going to say unto the wise, what?
Give us of your oil,
Give us some of your oil, read.
for our lamps are gone out.
Our lamps are gone out. We can't see no more. Our lamps are gone out. Give us some of your oil, read.
But the wise answered, saying,
This is what the wise answer saying. What they say?
Not so,
No, not even so, read.
lest there be not enough for us and you.
Lest there be not enough for us and you, read.
But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourself.
So go and buy for yourself to those that sell the oil. Read.
And while they went to buy,
While they went to buy, which they should have already have bought the oil, knowing that the bridegroom was coming, rather than not having any, you're going to ask the others that had some to give them some of theirs, read.
The bridegroom came,
Bridegroom came, read.
and they that were ready went in with him.
And
to the
they
marriage.
that were ready, that had their oil in their lamp, read,
went in with him
went in with him, read,
to the marriage.
to what?
To the marriage.
To what?
To the marriage.
To the marriage, read.
And the door was shut.
Now, how in the world you gonna say a man can't have but one wife? Mashiach Yahushua telling us this. What door was shut? Yes.
Isaiah 26, or the doors of mercy. Or but I would say Isaiah 26 and 20.
What is that?
Shut thy doors, the chambers
No,
about thee.
no. You off the subject.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shut thy doors about thee.
Look, we just looking at, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. Who's the bridegroom?
The husband.
The husband came, and they that were ready, who's those that were ready?
The wise.
The wise who had what?
Oil.
Oil and what?
Lamp.
Lamps. Had the lamp and the oil. Those that were wise, how many was it?
5.
5 virgins went in with him. Went in with him to the marriage. And the door was shut. So all that you're saying is correct, but I'm just saying, remember I said I'm staying with the subject matter of him saying what he's saying. Who's saying it? Mashiach Yahushua is saying this. So now, and I asked you initially, would he give us something that's an abomination, a filthy wicked act? Did he sin? So now it says, they went in with him, the bridegroom, to the marriage, and the door was shut.
The wedding chamber?
Now you in the spirit. Isn't that what happened? That's how we did things. What was that? Let me see. Let's show you. Well, I mean, you could go back to our forefathers. How remember Jacob wanted Rachel, and Laban gave him Leah. It was all outside. What we call reception. And they were going to what they call the go to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, and let's read a little story of this. It's not going to take long, but let's read 2nd Ezra 9 and start at verse 45. Because the handmaid could not get pregnant. In 30 years she was crying to the Most High. So let's read verse 45.
2nd Ezra 9 and 45. After 30 years the Most High heard me, thine handmaid. Look upon my misery, considered my trouble, and gave me a son.
So after 30 years she got pregnant. She got pregnant with a son, read.
And I was very glad of him, so was my husband also, and all my neighbors. And we gave great honor unto the Almighty.
Right. They were glad, very glad. They were hallelujah to the Most High. Read.
And I nourished him with great travail. So when he grew up, he came to the time that he should have a wife. I made a feast.
So here, it came to the time that he should have what?
A wife.
A wife. And so she made a feast, which is what? What we call what? The reception. Mm-hmm. It's not like we do it now, where you had a reception, and now it's going to tell you what happened. She made a feast, so everybody's coming to this feast, right? Which we call today a reception, but this is how it went, read.
Chapter 10, verse 1. And it so came to pass that when my son was entered into his wedding chamber.
His what?
Wedding chamber.
His wedding chamber. Read.
He fell down and died.
He fell down and died. But see, that's what happens. We had a ceremony what we call a feast, and he just died when he went into the wedding chamber. That's what we had. We had, and that's how it went down. That's how we got down. A lot of times you were promised to go to Genesis 29th chapter. Start at verse 21. Because Jacob, Laban, his uncle, he told him he got to serve him 7 years for Rachel. So let's read a little bit so you'll see it too. Genesis 29 and 21. He done served his uncle Laban 7 years. That's what he told Laban. Read.
Genesis 29 and 21. And Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her.
Right. So give me my wife, my days are fulfilled, that I may what?
Go in unto her.
Ain't that what we just read about? The marriage of my second side, go into her, to them, right? Into him,
Right.
into the marriage, right? Read. But he think he's gonna get Rachel, read.
And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast.
Made it what?
A feast.
Made a feast. Just like the mother of the child, her son that died, made a feast, which we call the reception, read.
And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter.
So now in the evening is what? Is it light or is it dark? It's dark. He took Leah, his daughter, read.
And brought her to him, and he went in unto her.
So he went in unto her, read.
And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah his maid for an husband. Handmaid.
Handmaid. So Laban gave Leah Zilpah his maid for handmaid. So now she have a handmaid. Zilpah. Read.
And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah.
Yeah. It came to pass in the morning. Remember, it's dark. It was Leah. Read.
And he said to Laban, or Laban, what is this thou hast done unto me? Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me?
Yeah, why have you fooled me, man? Why you pull this trick on me? Read.
And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn.
Yeah, see? His country is what? He's Syrian. See? Can't let this go out before, in our country. So I just show you how he went in and he found out it wasn't Rachel, but it was Leah, her sister, her older sister. So let's go back to, where was that in Matthew? Let's continue this. Everybody clear on that? Because, like I said, and any time I can give you, that's a complete spiritual breakdown on what he's saying also. You see what I'm saying? Besides what it's saying here, we just went through this to show you that I said he's not going to give us something that's an abomination. Right? So when you read verse 10 again, Matthew 25 and 10.
Matthew 25 and 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came.
So when they went to buy the five, they didn't have any oil, went to buy, the bridegroom came. Who's the bridegroom? The husband came, read.
And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage.
So they that were ready went in with him. Just like Jacob went in to who? Leah. Went in to her, right? So they only can go in to him because there's only one husband, one bridegroom, right?
Right. And in righteousness, right?
Right.
It wasn't,
He wouldn't give us nothing that's wicked. He wouldn't give us a parable that's wicked.
Yeah.
Come on, it says, ready, went in with him to the marriage. When you go to the marriage, what constitutes marriage?
Intercourse.
Sexual intercourse, right? So, how you not see this? Read.
And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
The door was shut. What was shut?
The wedding chamber.
The wedding chamber door was shut. Because that was our custom. Read.
Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us.
Master, master.
Master, master, open to us.
Open to us. Read.
But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not.
So I know you not. Read.
Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh.
That's right. Say, watch therefore, because you know not the day or the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. You don't know when he cometh. So that's spiritual, how he's dealing with it. But at the same time, like I said, why would he use this analysis? If it's so wicked. In our world today, they say it's all wicked. That's why they say, watch therefore, for you know not neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. And that's when the end of the world is going to be, when he comes. This world that we in now. Read on.
For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants, and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1. To every man according to his several ability.
So now he's giving us analysis of what? The kingdom of heaven, man. Kingdom of heaven. Gave us the first analysis, now he gives us another analysis. Read.
And straightway took his journey.
Straightway took his journey. Go ahead.
Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained another 2, or other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of the servants cometh, and reckoneth with them.
So after a long time he came. Now you're going to say, what have you done with these talents I've given you? Read.
And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Master, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more.
You say, hey look, I got 5 more than what you gave me. Read.
His master said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee a ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy master.
Come on.
He also that received 2 talents came and said, Master, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His master said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy master. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Master, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed.
Yeah, he said, I know you're a hard man. And another scripture say, austere man, which is hard and stern. Read.
And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine.
So he said, I'm going to give you back what you gave me. Read.
His master answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury.
Yeah, man, I've got some interest on my money. You know how I roll. You know that I'm doing these things, even though I'm not doing them, it's done for me. Straight up. Like we doing the work. Even though it's through a Mashiach El Shai, we doing the work. He ain't doing it, we doing it because he said do it. You see what I'm saying? Or we ordained to do what he says do, through the Spirit of the Most High. Read.
Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him with 10 that had 10 talents.
Yeah, take the one that he have and give it to the one that have 10 talents. Because he had the most talents. He did the most work. Read.
For unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath.
Woo! So everyone that have, he's going to be given. And he that have abundance, and he shall have abundance. But from him that have not, he's giving you this, and you don't want to do anything with it, Even that whatever you have going to be taken away from you and given to him that have, man. Read.
And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness.
So if you unprofitable, I ain't talking about profit for yourself. It's about unprofitable. I mean, you ain't done what you're supposed to be doing and it doing to the end. It's like we were called into something. All of a sudden now you realize, oh, I ain't doing this no more. You retired, as they say. He shall say retire, right? And you don't do it no more. So it's you an unprofitable servant. Remember the Most High is laboring to do what?
Make us perfect.
Make us perfect. So now his labor is in vain. You shame Hamashiach Yahushua. Remember those spirits that's waiting for you to stop. One way or another, you got to find your way in doing something in this truth, man. No matter what. You get hurt in a wheelchair, you still got to be able to do something. Like right now, if y'all were there, I still got people that I'm teaching. You see what I'm saying? There's still people that can learn tomorrow or whatever it is that's being taught. So it's something that we got to find to do regardless. You can think of something. A lot of times people have ideas, they can't do it themselves, but that's their idea. It's a great idea, but nobody knows it because they can't do it themselves. So nobody knows it. And it's a great idea, it's a talent that they just let go of. Like, you might have better do it because you work from 3 to 11. But those that don't could say, oh man, you go here. Like somebody was just checking our place where a lot of people would be, that when we finish, we can go there. See what I'm saying? Those are works. Regardless of how anybody look at it, it's works. You see what I'm saying? That they put it, that's being put in the books for them. People that, some people just helps. That's it. That's all they're going to do. People have ideas. But their idea that they can't do themselves is just an idea, that's a talent that's just gone to waste. Who gave them the spirit to be able to know about the idea? The Most High. But if you just keep it to yourself and say, oh, well, I can't do that because it can't be done because I can't do it, but somebody else might could do it. It might not even be in our camp. It might be somebody else. Some other camp could have the ability to do it. You see what I'm saying? But if we just hold it back, nobody have no ideas, nobody thinking, ain't nobody motivated, everybody lost their first love, then how you gonna be motivated? How you gonna be motivated to do this and you don't even have, you done lost your first love, man? Don't let nobody take your first love, but don't lose it yourself. It's very important, man. That's what I said, an unprofitable servant. Whatever you have, you're gonna be given to those that have, man. Read on.
And there shall be weeping of gnashing of teeth.
Once again, he said gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Read.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
Listen up this very closely. Read.
And all the holy angels with him.
With 200 million angels with him. Read.
Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Then he gonna sit upon the powers and authority of his glory. Hamashiach Yahushua glory. Read.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
So listen, before him, when he come, all nations gonna be gathered before him. Read.
And he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
So he's gonna separate all the nations one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. So why is he going to separate all the nations and we supposed to be all right being integrated? Deuteronomy 32:8-9. From the beginning, man.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8.
Right.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
See? We just read that. When he gave, you read all the different lands and how he did it from the east, the west, the south, and the north, right? Where he gave us all our lands. We read that today. So he divided to the nations. Did he integrate everyone? No. He divided to the nations their inheritance, their lands. As he set the bounds of the children of Israel, we the children of Israel, he gave us our land, and he gave the other nations their land. Read.
For the Most High's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance, right? Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 17:17. That's why I'm just showing you what he did before and how all the world is out of order, because the Most High is not about integration. That's why he even told us what he tells us about each tribe. Stay with your own tribe, you know, to build up your nation, which is of one nation, the 12 tribes of Israel. Each one of us is dealing with a nation. 12 nations that make up one nation. 12 tribes of Israel. 12 nations of Israel. You understand? So that makes up one nation. There's more numerous than the sand of the sea and the stars in the sky. Go ahead, read that.
Numbers 17:17. I mean, Ecclesiastes 17:17.
Come.
For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people.
So in the what?
In the division of the nations.
The division. Dividing the nations. Not integrating the nations. In the vision of the nations, read.
Of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people.
He set a ruler over every people, read.
But Israel is the most highest portion.
But Israel is the most highest portion. Get Deuteronomy 10 and 15.
Deuteronomy 10 and 15. But only the Most High had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day.
That's right, man. This is what the Most High did. Exodus 19 and 5.
Exodus 19 and 5. Now ye therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine.
That's right, man. It's what he said. We got to follow his laws, statutes, commandments. And he's going to set us above all nations of the earth, man. Go back to Mathew. So you see, he separated all the nations, man. He didn't integrate everybody. He separated all the nations. And now he's going to tell you how he's going to separate them.
Matthew 25 and 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left.
So we know the sheep are the children of Israel. The goats are those that are following the philosophies and the mindset of the Edomites. That's their symbol, yeah. Daniel 8:21 says the rough goat is who? King of Greece. God. And their first king was Alexander, the Greek. Let's read.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
We'll get Matthew 15:24 right quick so we can deal with who these sheep are. You put the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left. Let's deal with it.
Matthew 15:24.
Right.
But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
There it is. So he was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, family of Israel. Let's read on.
Matthew 25 and 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my father.
That's the sheep. That's the 12 tribes of Israel. 1/3, mind you. Say, Come, ye blessed of my father, read.
Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Right, so it's a kingdom that's prepared for us from the foundation of the world. Read.
For I was an hunger, and ye gave me meat.
This moved me right here. He said he was hungry, and we gave him meat. Read.
I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in.
See, all these things he's telling us we did. Only a certain people, read. The sheep, read.
Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him